Hi, this is Mike Roger with Resource Investing News. I'm here with Benjamin Cox of Orin Inc. We're here at the pre-PDAC showcase put on by Red Cloud Mining. Benjamin, thanks very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
So, tell us why you think gold companies are underpriced.
Well, I'm actually really finding it fascinating how much the strong US dollar has fundamentally lowered local costs for these companies. So companies that I would not have thought would have been profitable at $1,200 an ounce are making a substantial amount of money. And completely unexpected because their costs are all denominated in local currency. Now this is probably a short-term effect, a quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters, as the currency, as local prices stay separated from global prices. But in the longer term, I'm not sure this will last. But in the short term, I think this is quite a useful bump for these people, and people are making money. I mean, in Canadian dollar terms, gold is a reasonably high price.
Similar to what it was not long ago when those companies were doing much better.
Yeah, and that's always an important thing to keep track of. There's so many things that impact small producing mines. Currency, fuel costs, and a lot of those things are really going in their favor this year. And that's just a really nice thing to see. While commodity prices are down, and I'm not a gold bear I'm not a gold bull, as you know, I'm more of a gold bear, and I'm not necessarily a fundamental believer in gold. These people are actually making money, and they're making decent amounts of money on mines that I just would not have thought would have been profitable at these prices.
So do you think this will occur in other jurisdictions as well, say in Africa or South America?
So I think it matters on how much of your costs are really denominated in local currency versus fakely denominated in local currency. In parts of Africa, costs are still denominated in US dollars. Right. So you go to the Congo, you hire a mining engineer from the UK or from the US, you're not going to be paying them in whatever the Congolese currency is. They're going to demand US dollars. So it takes a place that's got a strong local supply center that is denominated in local currency for the cost to truly bleed through in this way.
Good. So one of the things that has come up at this Red Cloud event is crowdfunding, equity crowdfunding even. Do you think this has a place in the future of mining finance or exploration finance?
Look, anything is better than nothing, is my first point. So it could have a wonderful place, it could not have a wonderful place. I've got 2 things that scare me about equity finance in the mining space. The first one is, what's the average age of an investor in a mining deal today?
Yeah, 60 plus.
What's the average age of a person who does crowdfunding?
I don't know, but I imagine there are some people in that age group, not probably the majority.
The majority of the people in crowdfunding have to be below the age of 40.
Yes.
And they're not buying mining deals at all anyways. They're crowdfunding things they already understand. They're crowdfunding internet companies, they're crowdfunding electric bikes, they're crowdfunding stuff that they fundamentally have connection with. So before crowdfunding is going to work for us in a macro scale, we need to actually relate to the crowd, and we're not yet relating to the crowd. We don't have a social media base around mining that actually relates to the crowd.
And that's always, well, historically anyway, been tough for companies that are looking for or mining things.
I don't know that it's been tough. At some point, there'll be greed.
Yes.
And when greed comes back, I mean, when you start seeing gold companies trading for 3 times earnings, I even get tempted. I mean, and let's face it, I'm a gold bear. I despise the metal. I mean, the metal, I grew up with a father who's a gold bull. Just the fact that I'm tempted by gold companies means that sometimes the greed will start coming back. And when greed starts coming back, funds will flow in. But the question is, when funds flow in, will people take the time to do all the hard work involved in building out a crowdfunding infrastructure in a bull market, or will they just revert to their old ways of raising money the way they always did?
Because if the market is turned, then those other dollars are generally there, and that might be easier.
And then people get lazy.
Right.
The fact is, we have an industry that's extremely lazy in how they raise money, as we both know.
Good. Well, thank you very much again. This has been great.
You're welcome. Cheers.
This is Mike Roger with Resource Investing News, here with Benjamin Cox of Orin Inc. at the Red Cloud Mining pre-PDAC showcase.